twisted, wrong turn, could be missing. Stay riding with the bros like a car full of siblings. Kush running through my system straight from.
Hey, very nice to meet you. Splash Mag today with Kid Ink.
Kid Ink, baby, how's it going?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing all right.
Very good. Today we do Channel Zero. I will show you some videos and you tell us what you think about, and then I have a few questions and we start.
Let's go.
With Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Until I get the one who maxing at the top. I hope you get his ass before he drop. Kingpin kicking back while his workers sling his rocks. Coming up like a fat rat. Big money, big cars, big bodyguards on his back. So it's difficult to get him. But I got the hookup with somebody who knows how to get in contact with him. Hit him like this and like that. Let him know that I'm looking for a big fat dope sack. What ends the spin, so let's rush it. If you wanna handle it tonight.
I know this video a little bit. I know the record more. This video, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely an older video.
But you know Dr.
But
Dre.
yeah, no, of course.
And Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Of course.
Did you personally know them, or did you get a chance to meet them?
Snoop, yes. Yeah? Not Dr. Dre yet, but I've chilled with Snoop. I've rolled up, you know, had a good, you know, nice time. Yeah. Just chilling, smoking, pause, and yeah, it's pretty gangster over here.
How did the guys influence you?
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, I mean, they influenced the entire just West Coast, and just, I mean, they were the first major West Coast artists to travel all around the world, and they still, like, the records that they made years ago still play in rotation with brand new records to this day. So I mean, it's definitely a big influence, but they've also two artists who haven't left the game and still influence and still lend out. You know, Dr. Dre helping so much with just Kendrick Lamar, and Snoop helps and does features and all that new stuff. So definitely legends and OGs though.
Keep your hands up. We back. We back, we back, we back. Put your hands up. We back again. Keep your hands up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. I remember the days I prayed my chest be right. Louis the 13 on my kryptonite. Golem is like Superman and kryptonite. So I pray I don't miss my flight. Switch tonight. Get out the plane, it all looks strange. See a man from Spain, holding up my name. Getting my things and head down the back claiming. I hit somebody scream my name. So I look back.
The reason you gotta love Mace videos is just look at the Jesus piece. Mace and them, they inspired the Jesus pieces and everything. Yeah. But you gotta love these videos because they were just always having fun, and it was just a lot of luxury living too. Like, aside from the opposite of like some of the West Coast videos, they kind of didn't want to show you the hood that they were coming from more than like being that hood guy in the area with, you know, all the other, you know, high-class businessmen. They wanted to be the businessmen in the room with the businessmen, but look different than the businessmen, if that makes sense.
They show it in every scene. It's so crazy.
Exactly, yeah. See, it was just a different lifestyle. Just, you know, it was a little less gangster, but more like mafia gangster, you know.
That's true. I know that Mace is one of your favorite rappers. Which of his attributes are for you especially? Which parts do you like especially on Mace?
I mean, Mace, when I was growing up, Mace, like I said, he was just always having fun. He was always dancing, always smiling. But when you listen to the records, you still knew where he came from and that he was a real guy. But it was still like about not dwelling on the past and everything going on, and just like making it better. And he was just a low-key flashy guy. I mean, he's standing here with the Ferraris and he's dancing around in white tees and chains. It's just like, you can't not enjoy the big house, and it's just him and like 45 females and a bunch of cars, and he's not even touching anybody. He's just dancing around by the pool. Good life.
I ain't got time playing, I'm saying we out here trying to function. I slid into the function, the throat, looking hella dipped, saucy, lit like a strobe light, hella diamonds on my wrist. Bling. You can call me your highness, cause I'm hella high in this. Play with her mind like a shrink, like I'm a psychiatrist. No dryness, I make a chick have a climax. Even nice and wet, she telling me that I'm the best. If you don't want her, I'll take her off your hands and do you a favor. You might not regret it now, but you gon' regret it later. I'm about my paper stapler right on the side of my hip.
I remember the hyphy movement back in the day. I was in like high school. I personally wasn't like a hyphy dancer or nothing like that, and I wasn't too familiar with the Bay as much as I am now back then, because like LA and the Bay really didn't mix as much, so it's like it was a few who knew about certain records and they would bring them to you and play them, like Mac Dre. So it's like at that time I still didn't know. Other people had to tell me like who Mac Dre was and explain the lifestyle and the gold teeth and the, you know, because in LA there aren't gold teeth and dreads and you're not shaking the dreads, so it's like you still had to learn. It was a learning experience when I, you know, the hyphy movement and everything for me.
And Chris Brown is also featured in the video. How do you deal with the fact that many people label you as a Chris Brown lookalike? Is it a curse or is it a gift?
Is it a double-edged sword? I mean, I take it, you know, for what it is. You know, people say people look like, well, this person looks like this person. Chris Brown, they say looks like Shannon Brown, and they have the same last name. And you know, these all kind of just artists. I can't, man. Everyone looks alike. Tattoos and light-skinned kids. I feel like it's just once you put us next to each other, no one really says that. Or I don't know if they're just afraid to say it, but once we're just, it's little attributes. Like, you know, you can't run from it. But
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me, nah. I haven't got called Chris Brown since I've been in Germany, so it's all good.
This hot got me singing to the skylight. This hot got me singing to the skylight. I just need a little time to get my mind right. See a couple pretty dimes looking fine. Ollie, more than a body. Just rolled up, about to blow like Saudi. Find me riding in space with Wally. Running from the cops like Rodney, don't mind me.
It's just real fun video. This was like one of my more, we tried to focus more on just backgrounds, art, more artistic, you know, just performance scenes. A lot of my videos now don't have as many performance scenes as like this video or a lot of the ones did back then. It's just more like, we try to make more movies nowadays, but back then it was really just about performing and just getting the flow out and spitting in the record and just showing the grind. The major difference for me is working, like albums, you want to work in a big studio and have, you know, top quality, and you want to work with an engineer who you can, that's the thing too, recording mixtapes, I record myself, do it all on my own time. When you're in a big studio, you have to work with an engineer and have a relationship with this person for the next couple months while you're recording the album, and, you know, deal with each other and make sure that they know how you want to record. And then another aspect, having stuff due at certain times, as far as like the album has to be due by this time, but it still doesn't come out for 2 months. So you're just sitting on a bunch of records, and then they don't want you to record, and it's just, it's different than with the mixtapes where it's just all on your own time and just doing.
Sometimes a little bit harder, or
I think the album is a little bit harder because you try to focus more on making a project that sounds like it's a project and that it's all together, to where a mixtape can be a mixture of a bunch of different stuff. That's why it's a mixtape. It's just a mixture of a bunch of different stuff. And the album's supposed to be a project. Back in the day, Michael Jackson's album was produced by Quincy Jones. First song to last song. Only one person, because they had an idea and they put it together, and it was, so it's a difference.
First off, eat a dick, try to tell me I ain't work hard. Where I'm from, yeah, I could be worse off. Life was a bitch, it was her loss, but I made it through the pain like a tattoo. Turned me to a young nigga with an attitude. What it do? Ain't shit changed. West Side, you know the fucking name. It's Kid Ink, baby.
I definitely would never step away from production, and not because it's just something that's natural to me. I can always just run in front of a keyboard, drum machine, and just can start playing something and come up with an idea easy. I feel like that's just really just, it's all about just that moment and just how you're feeling at that time as far as producing in the records. To where being an artist and writing, even though it is still about how you're feeling in those moments, sometimes you try to push yourself to write or think of a different idea, something can, you know what I'm saying, something just brand new, to where even with production you can just come across something accidentally and be like, yo, that sounded dope, I'm gonna just run with that. You know, sometimes you get lucky in production, then you know, or writing, sometimes you gotta focus a little bit more. Yeah.
But you won't stop producing.
Never stop producing. It just has to be, I feel like I did step away to focus more on writing, but like right now, as far as production, I just need to get the right setup, and I'm doing more just co-production on other people's music, and just producers that I think are dope or coming up and hot, that I feel like I can help come up in the game or get a record with me, I just shoot them an idea, or I think you should make a record that sounds like this, which is still in itself a form of production, because you're helping, you know what I'm saying, it's producing a record to make it the best that it can be.
You the type of nigga in the book trying to pick through. I be getting blasted, motherfucking click. Duck move, no pen, but you could call me big man. Showing skin, you ain't going ham like a Islam. Light to a dark skinned nigga with no tan, no shirt in this bitch. Hollywood Hogan.
It really became an addiction at one point where I didn't know, you itch for it and you want to just get something, or you see the art somewhere else. Like, I get inspired by tattoos just by art in other places. Like, I can watch a movie and see something and it can spark an idea, and then from there you think about where you can put it, and then from where you think about where you can put it, that can also change that idea, because you have to start thinking about the size matter. So it's just certain I guess it's fun to think about what to get next too. And you see, when you look in the mirror and then you go, oh, this is filled, and then you go, that's not filled, oh, I need to go get that filled tomorrow. And it's just, you can't help it when it's like that. You look in the mirror and you see missing spaces.
Here, that seems to be new.
Brand new.
Can you show us one tattoo which is very important for you on yourself? If it's a side we are allowed to see.
What's the camera? Which?
There.
This one?
Yeah.
I wonder if it could see everything. Grandfather, mother, on my chest.
Yeah.
Can't see it?
No.
See it there? Grandfather, mother on my chest, probably the most important, inspirational tattoos that I have.
Pass out.
Frank,
Wake up.
Frank,
Fade it.
Frank,
Fade it.
Nah, I done grew around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular, that was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon.
I feel like the new West Coast, I like it because it's like so many artists out there now that can spit but aren't all rapping about the same thing. Everyone has their own identity, and it's not a lot of mixing. You know, everyone doesn't sound the same. You put two people on the record nowadays, and you can tell who's who. Or when this record comes on, and it's just YG has his own sound, Kendrick has his own sound. You know, so Schoolboy Q, I have my own sound. I feel like we have different, not necessarily different markets, but it's like reaching different people and bringing them all together just to the West Coast, and then they all check out everyone from the West Coast, and it's just helping us out so much.
go. At the time of your life, baby, let it show. Yeah, let me show you how we doing. No, I came through deeper than the sewer. Yeah, I got my whole crew in. You could be anywhere, all around the world, but if you ain't fucking hell, then I don't know what you're doing. I see you ain't gotta.
I mean, from this video, if you just looked at this video, I feel like the one thing you would get is just not really. I mean, it's more of like this video is supposed to be more of an everyday lifestyle video, and just having fun and not really caring about being judged, and just, you know what I'm saying, things just going right, just all in one day. But you didn't even expect it to be that fun or just that much, and it wasn't extra floss and a whole bunch of money spent or anything like that. You were just going throughout the day, and just a lot of certain, you know what I'm saying, there's just a number of events happen. And that's how I guess like LA lifestyle is sometimes, where you can just walk outside and hit the street and a bunch of interesting things can just go on and happen, and you can just have the time of your life and not even know what's gonna happen, you know. And
it's more natural.
Yeah, it's more, and I feel that's what I feel like I tried to get from this song. Is just the more natural, just kidding. That's not about flashing and just everyday, you know, living and regular, you know, regular side.
Cool. Then thank you very much for your time, and have a nice time in Berlin. Yeah. Great show. Bye.